Welcome to IDD Talks. My name is Anastasia Lavrina, and today we have a very special guest at ADA University. Here with me now is Secretary General of the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures, CICA, in Asia, Ambassador Kairat Sarybay. Mr. Ambassador, warm welcome.
Thank you. Çok sağ olun.
Thank you very much. It's a big honor for us to host you at ADA University and at ADA IDD Talks program. Let me start with a bit broad question. As Secretary General, how would you assess the current state of confidence building measures in Asia among the countries, and how this cooperation foster the integration processes as well?
Thank you. I think the confidence today, the much needed phenomena in the relation between not only human beings but also nations. In the very much deteriorated geopolitical scene globally, as we do observe the rise of different groupings and ignoring international law rules. So I think that the confidence must be today the top priority for the diplomacy. And that is why I think that the name itself, the confidence building measures, they are very useful to restore the trust between the stakeholders, to restart again the dialogue, because without confidence you cannot move forward to dialogue. Through dialogue you can agree on interaction or cooperation, and through cooperation you can move forward to develop better world, and with well-developed nations you can secure the world, you can make it more safer. So that is why today CICA advancing the confidence buildings in its agenda. And I'm very glad that the confidence building measures catalog, which is a very unique document within the CICA, is enriched during the very last ministerial meeting held under the chairmanship of Azerbaijan. And we have enriched it with some new ideas like promoting the voluntarism, but I'm pretty much sure that our member states will would like to add some new areas and some new avenues for the cooperation, because the level of cooperation in Asia is growing, and CICA creating the conducive environment for such cooperation. And I believe that today's we can be proud that in the last 4 years we had conducted at least 170 different confidence building measures in different forms. It might be a conference, it might be the capacity building training courses, it might be workshops, it might be discussions on very topical issues within the advisory bodies like Business Council, Youth Council, or think tank forum that we were able to establish so far. Or we can jointly consider some new projects with the involvement of CICA Fund. So there are ideas, and I'm very much pleasant to say here in ADA University that the very fresh designed advisory body, the partnership network of leading universities, was established by ministers, by their decision, and it was also agreed by all member states that other university will take a leading position in this newly established advisory body. So I see that we have the flourishing ideas, how we can what we can do more in order to create a better confidence, a better trust among our member states.
Indeed, that's a great news at ADU University to be a part of such great initiatives and can also contribute from the side of science, students' involvement in all of these processes. You also mentioned about Azerbaijan chairmanship in the organization, which will last from 2024 until 2026. And taking into account the unique geographical location of the country in between of Asia and Europe, how do you say it can contribute to the confidence building measures which will benefit all?
Yes, I have to commend the readiness of Azerbaijan to lead our organization. We are quite aware about the experience of diplomacy of Azerbaijan. This great country led already a very prominent international fora, be it on a global level like UN Security Council or non-alignment movements, or within the regional organizations like Organization for Islamic Cooperation or economic cooperation.
Or for example, hostage of COP29, very important
Yes,
conference.
that was the most latest example of championing in multilateralism, and Azerbaijan is the champion of multilateralism. So it was not surprise for me that the chairmanship vision, how to develop CICA further, based on the theme strong CICA, connectivity, digitalization, and sustainable growth. I think it's captured very much the ideas behind what kind of CICA Azerbaijan would like to see, and what kind of efforts Azerbaijan as a chair would like to entertain with the support of member states, because all decisions within the CICA process are taken by consensus. No one is left behind. It's very inclusive structure, and of course with the support of the Secretariat.
You know about all of these global geopolitical changes and new, let's say, adaptation policy of the governments when it comes to security measures, to the cooperation, collaboration. And I think within CICA there is also a new approach or new strategy which will again benefit all the member states. In light of these changing geopolitical tensions and the rise of new security challenges, how do you see the role of confidence building measures to adapt?
Whenever we're talking about the security, we should understand that what is the nature of the conflicts. It's again a mistrust, it's again the lack of confidence, it's again the lack of dialogue. And within the CICA, what was proposed by our consecutive chairmanships, starting from Kazakh chairmanship in the very early years of our organization, then Turkey, China, Tajikistan, and again Kazakhstan in the last 4 years, they added many values to the process of raising the confidence among the member states. The idea of CICA is to bring this huge continent together, to agree how we can coexist together, how we can cooperate with each other, and how we can develop with the mutual support.
To adapt to new reality, let's say.
To create the conditions and agreements on the principles that are already agreed within the global level in the UN, for instance. So it's quite important. These principles were outlined in the very first document adopted by CICA member states back 25 years ago in 1999, the Declaration on Principles of Relations between member states. And in the ministerial statement agreed under the Azerbaijan chairmanship was actually saying that we need confidence, we need to abide with all these main principles of international relation enshrined in UN Charter enshrined in the international law, and we should abide with all these principles. They are very known, not interfering into the internal affairs of each other, respecting sovereignty, territorial integrity, and many other very fundamental principles. But based on that, there are principles how we can nurture the international relation through the very concrete actions leading to place the trust to your partners, engaging your partners in a joint ventures. And Azerbaijan chairmanship would like, at least that was the declaration, that they would like to have the innovative approach, synergizing at different bodies within the organization that we do have, but also adding new avenues of the cooperation by maybe creating the new institutions. So within the CICA, as I just mentioned, we have already 4 advisory bodies. Like in the very early years of CICA was established the Youth Council, very much relevant to all students. And within this council, we discussing topical issues and sharing the best practices and knowledges.
Youth engagement.
Yes, youth engagement and youth politics for youth, by youth. This is quite important. For instance, in Business Council, we're focusing on the development of small and medium entrepreneurs, which is the core stakeholder in any economy, which is the stabilizing the social nature and social track of any society. So this is the entities that they discussing concrete issues, how we can use more digital platforms to raise the importance of SME, or what could be the role of women in the SME development.
It reminds me Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations.
Absolutely, SDGs and youth. This is very interrelated themes, because what for we do have the goals just to create a better environment for the future generations. That is why it must be done by the future generations themselves. So we established the think tank forum, different aspects of international relations we do discussing at this fora and PNLU, and why not to talk about the connectivity. So we're still discussing within the CICA the sustainable connectivity issues. Should we institutionalize this idea? Should we establish the specific advisory body for that particular theme? Because interconnected Asia will serve to the global security through the development of economic relations, through the mutual international trade, through the transport, tourism related to that, right. People-to-people contacts. You see that connectivity, again, covering so many capturing big themes. But we have to start from one particular issue. For instance, transport connectivity, with its greening, with its digitalizing, with its sustainable nature of connectivity. But we should also think about the financial connectivity, because unfortunately what we do observe, some countries trying to restrict other countries from the international trade. Is it fair enough? I guess that we should continue to talk about the financial connectivity within the Asia, which will serve to the global trade, which will serve to the global financial connectivity. Last but not least, people-to-people contacts. Why we should limit ourselves only with Youth Council? Why we should not talk about women empowerment? Why we should not talk about the family?
So it's like no one left behind strategy, which is also
this is absolutely, CICA is a very inclusive process, because all decisions are taken by consensus. It means that we don't have a big country and small country, all are equal. Sri Lanka's voice is very equal to the voice of Turkey. China and Bahrain, they are on the equal footing. So, and the organization stretching from the Pacific to Mediterranean and from the Arctic to Indian Ocean, you see This is the largest continent in the world. This is the most populous continent in the world. It's very diverse, and we have to keep all ideas coming from different places of different corner of Asia. So that is why we must be inclusive, and we must also adhere to this consensus principle. But we have also performed in a way that we should not order to all to do the same. We do not have anyone who will say, just do as I'm saying to you to do. So this is why the implementation of confidence building measures is a voluntary. So nations agreeing all together, but implementing voluntary. So this is the level of flexibility of our organization.
You already, let's say, answered my next question about the unique policy by the Asian states, which can also benefit the work of everybody within this organization, all structures. And you said about transport connectivity, that's a real unique opportunity in my understanding, as we see all of those geopolitical changes in the world, in the global arena, and what the countries in Central Asia and South Caucasus can do can definitely benefit the global world at the same time.
Absolutely, better connected Asia will serve to the better connected world. And what we do observe in the last decades, the new role of Asia. Asia becoming the center of the gravity in social affairs because of the rise of population itself. Second, the technological progress also moving, shifting slowly but steadily toward the Asia, and the technological fashion also, I believe, will be shaped by Asia more and more, not just the industrial parks of China or India, but also the technological power. But as President Tokayev said during the last summit in Astana back in 2022, Asia is not emerging. Asia just coming back and taking its place again as it was in the history. So we need a better connected Asia. We need a better coherent approach within the Asia. And we need the higher level of efficiency of pan-Asian structures. And CICA is a great candidate to serve these new needs of the international and global order. Asia must take its own place, but Asia must also learn how to cooperate within each other, how to get the more efficient the structures that already established and using them appropriately. So the transformation of CICA into the international, full-fledged international organization is the strategic goal of Kazakhstan. Then it was turned to the strategic goal of all CICA member states. And I'm very happy that we're talking with Azerbaijani leadership very seriously how we can do it in a practicality, how we can transform CICA to the instrument of efficient diplomacy.
Mr. Ambassador, we wish you good luck. Thank you very much for joining ICT Talks today. We know about your tough schedule, but still you joined our discussion and shared your view on the situation within CICA and the broad geopolitical tensions in the world, which is happening now. So thank you very much again.
Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you so much.